Hey, what's up?
We're here reacting to some new Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Yeah. I'm Wes.
I'm older, Wes.
And we, without any further ado, we already reacted to United in Grief, our second song that we're gonna do. It's called Father Time featuring Sampha by Kendrick Lamar. Just to give you a little outline of what to be looking for thematically, this song is about Kendrick Lamar's daddy issues. Yeah.
I'm not sure anybody would have daddy issues.
Real nigga need no therapy. Fuck you talking about?
You sound stupid as fuck.
Shit, everybody's stupid.
Yeah, well, you need to talk to somebody. Reach out to Eckhart.
I come from a generation of home invasions, and I got daddy issues, that's on me. Everything them four walls that taught me may have is buried deep. That man knew a lot, but not enough to keep me past them streets. My life is a plot, twisted from directions that I can't see. Daddy issues all across my head, told me fuck a foul, I'm teary-eyed. Wanna throw my hands, I won't think out loud.
Morning wake ups, practicing on day offs. Tough love, bottled up, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I need.
Well, I like the flow. I definitely like the flow. Now I'm getting from this he play ball or something, or just
He's I think he's using the basketball court and him and his dad's relationship as some form of metaphor and teaching moment.
But that's why. And so it's metaphorical, obviously. That's what I was thinking about. Did he actually play ball? Because practice on days off and get up and take the foul charges. So
yeah, it's a metaphor.
But he didn't actually ball.
Nah, he really
Probably
balled with his
5'5".
It doesn't matter how tall you are for
True
balling,
that,
man.
True that, Muggsy.
It's all a metaphor for even the taking no days off. It's more a metaphor of him and his dad's relationship.
Early morning wake ups, practicing on days off. Okay, but okay.
And then the feelings are bottled. Throughout this whole process, it's less about basketball and it's more about the feelings that are bottled up.
Okay.
And they don't even need a chaser. They just let the foul feeling of what just happened.
They need no chaser, yeah.
Stay in the air.
Okay.
And it's just unfortunate because it's like, this is the part where he breaks my humility just for practice.
Right.
Because if you gonna get it from me, I'm gonna bully you, so that way nobody else can bully you, kind of deal. And people do that now. A lot of people are like that in general. A lot of people develop their egos trying to protect themselves simply because they felt like they couldn't have a safe space at their houses or with their fathers or with anybody in their life. Truly. From there.
I got daddy issues, that's on me. Looking for I love you, really empathizing for my relief. A child that grew accustomed, jumping up when I scrape my knee. Cause if I cried about it, he surely tell me not to be weak. Trust nobody, only your mama know. This made relationships seem cloudy, never attached to none. So if you took some likings around me, I might reject the love. Daddy issues kept me competitive, that's a fact, nigga. I don't give a fuck, what's the narrative? I am that nigga. When Kanye got back with Drake, I was slightly confused. Guess I'm not mature as I think. Got some healing to do with daddy issues.
Sensitivity is thought of as a weakness, especially for men.
Well, generationally, I think it's changing, and I think that what I do see is some redemption, maybe, of daddy's, daddy's issues being put upon, Kendrick kind of thing. Because he does obviously understand that it did cause ripples along the way in his development, but it also helped him to kind of have a particular mindset. And we've talked over time with various projects we've done where I think we touched on how black folks tend to look at certain things, but that's still a generational piece that is changing as you move into the 21st century, as we are in the 21st century. And you see, black people, getting therapists or having those things. And I'm on the cusp of old head and somewhat new generation. But I know that when
you old head, bro.
I know.
You can't claim that.
Okay, but I try. My daddy, issues I may have had with my daddy, issues you may have with me, are not necessarily the same issues that metaphorically he's got the basketball thing, get up, forget the foul, keep on moving, blah, blah. But it may not have been the same issue that was prevailing
It kind of is. It just evolves. It's almost like the idea. It's like what masculinity is and what that means to us as black people is the problem. And it manifests in different ways, but the root of the issue, if we don't tap dance around the issue, is that to be a man, there's certain ideas of what it means to be a man, and those ideas from another generation is being instilled. I'm glad you feel that way. Me personally, I see myself in this a lot of ways, and I think a lot of people can relate heavily, like hiding emotions, not expressing yourself. I had a dad. I hid my emotions. I didn't express myself. Learning that sensitivity, even if it wasn't from you, learning from friends outside, being outside with people.
And touche.
Yeah, like all this stuff is still a part of being a black male, regardless of having a dad. Like
right.
Outside of all this kind of stuff, I feel like we all feel this in a real way.
But that's still not dad pervasive.
You just don't. I don't understand like it's not about your pops. Like it's not about him.
Mm-hmm.
The absence of him is a thing in itself, regardless of like him being a good person or just being.
Oh, no. And I'm still saying, I totally disagree. And you and I've had the conversation off air. I totally disagree because the thing is that as you are developing, you're finding your way to be whoever you are. You know, somebody could be transgender and they have to figure that out. Somebody could be gay, have to figure that out. But from the standpoint of your manhood, you are a live, breathing, kind of engaging creature. And it's up to you, not up to you, but you have all kinds of benefits. But I'm still saying that daddy issues sometimes, I think you just said, are not necessarily only daddy issues. It still may be cultural, it may be generational issues.
And at the cultural level, it's because other people had issues. Like, it goes to that Freud level of psychoanalyzation, is that people that go out in this world that are egotistic and do not care and are not mature in the way that they interact, even if they're all outside with friends, they also, all of our problems with I won't call it problems, but all the things about ourselves that we start formulating in these later years comes from the relationships that we have with our mothers and fathers. Like it's proven, like that level.
Well, I'm not discounting.
I'm not saying you are.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just simply saying that, like, even if I go outside and I'm around a bunch of people that are also buying into this culture, it comes from the fact that their relationships with their caregivers from that age of 2 to 5, where we're most susceptible to be sponged, like, is also affecting them. Like, it's also related to daddy issues.
That's positive and negative. So I think that's the point I'm making, that irrespective of the bio or the model that was there for you, it can be good and bad. Now, in this case,
that's the thing. Issues. Yeah. So when you get aware issues, it's not once again, Kendrick Lamar is Kendrick Lamar because of these issues, right? Because of all the way he grieves,
impact on him,
all the therapy stuff is creating him. He's not saying it's good or bad. I'm not saying it's good or bad. None of it's good or bad. Just the awareness and the introspection to be able to touch on these issues in a true way.
Right.
And like this line sums it up perfectly. What's the difference when your heart is made of stone and your mind is made of gold and your tongue is made of a sword, but it may weaken your soul? I feel like me and you both suffer from this, to be completely honest. Mm-hmm. Like in a lot of ways, we can be sometimes a little more not as empathetic with people's plights as like a human being should be. You know, we're a little not jaded. It's a little cold to the world. Like, it's like you create the box around yourself. You can't allow yourself to be empathetic to everything, because then you'll go crazy, right? There's too much destruction in the world, all this kind of negativity. We understand that, but we've made our hearts a little bit colder. But we're we're clearly smart people. You know, mind made of gold, but our tongue is made of a sword. You talked about me having a rapier wit, but you're also like, when you talk to people, you can like damage them. You know where to point your sword. And it's Kendrick Lamar suffers from the same kind of thing, where it's like, I could pick people apart. I have this great mind. I have this cold heart, so it can happen. But that in itself, having that ability, will weaken you as a person, as a human being over time. You're not supposed to carry that weight of just, you know, that's what he's getting at, and that's what he's going through, and I relate to it.
And what I would say to all of that is that, because the consistency factor, if you have some people who you know, and I know personalities, where it's constant. They're always
What's constant?
They're always picking. They're always slicing. They're always doing something to any and everybody. But I think that in the whole basket of emotion, the whole life thing, you have moments that you're doing all kinds of things. So
That's an interesting take, because
Yeah.
I would say in that aspect, like the people that you see that are always doing that, they're just bleeding everywhere all of the time.
Right.
Most people, like even if like you're unhealthy in your mindset or you like don't have therapy, most people don't bleed everywhere on everybody.
Right.
Like that gets to a point where like this person is really unaware of themselves entirely. Most people do it.
or they're sadistic, or they're intentional. I mean, some people can be intentional with that because that's their where they are. Some people. But I'm with you. I think moving this to another level is that there are issues that resonate with someone's growth and development stemming from their parents and their interactions.
Definitely. You'll notice a motif throughout all the songs, the tap dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tap
Never heard-
dancing.
yeah, okay.
Because people, what Kendrick Lamar tries to talk about on the album is that people tap dance around issues and try to give like different reasons for this and that, and they never really discuss or directly address their issues. Like people don't go to therapy. People aren't vulnerable in where their actual mind state is, or willing to look at things from a different perspective. And multiple times on the album he says stop tap dancing around the issues, and that's what he was doing in his life with his girl at the young age that he's at, 30, 33, 34 now, whatever he is.
Did he commit suicide? One of his fans?
No, that was X. I'm sure some Kendrick fans killed him.
Oh no! I thought it was another. Okay.
Suicide rates these days.
That's
man.
just the law of average, right?
Yeah, that's the end of Father Time. Thank you for checking in. We're gonna do some more songs from Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. We appreciate your time. If you have any other stuff you want us to react to, leave it in the comments below and subscribe and hit that notification bell so when we upload something, you get it on your timeline. It's very important. You know, YouTube algorithms are crazy. With that being said, that's all I got for this video. Peace.
Peace, love, and from a father.